This might be one of the most dangerous laws passed recently, and surprisingly, it's coming from a state you wouldn't expect. Tennessee just approved a bill that could stop you from challenging unconstitutional laws. Yeah, you heard that right. And the scary part? Most people still don't fully understand what this actually means for them. Because on the surface, it doesn't sound extreme, but when you break it down, it changes something very fundamental. Hey guys, welcome back. Usually when we talk about states like Tennessee, it's good news, pro-Second Amendment, strong policies, things moving in the right direction. But today it's the complete opposite, because this new bill isn't just about policy, it's about power, and more importantly, who you're allowed to challenge when something goes wrong. So in this video, we're going to break down exactly what this bill does, why it matters, and what it could mean. Before we go any further, a quick note, this video is intended for educational and informational purposes only. We're discussing recent court rulings, legal challenges, and public policy debates surrounding the Second Amendment. Nothing in this video should be considered legal advice. Section 1. What is this bill? So the bill we're talking about is House Bill 1971. This bill has already passed both chambers, the House and the Senate, which means it's now heading to the governor's desk. And once something reaches this stage, it's very close to becoming law. Now on paper, this might look like just another technical legal update, but that's where people get it wrong, because hidden inside this bill is a major shift in how citizens interact with the state. This isn't about a small policy tweak. This is about changing the rules of accountability. And that's why this bill is getting so much attention. Section 2. What changed? Previously, Tennessee had a law in place that allowed citizens to directly sue the state if they believed their constitutional rights were violated. That was a powerful tool. It meant that if the government crossed a line, people had a clear path to challenge it in court. But now that law has been completely removed and replaced with something far more limited. Under the new system, you can still sue local governments like cities, counties, and districts, but when it comes to the state itself, that option is essentially gone. You can't directly challenge state laws in the same way anymore, and that's a massive shift because the state is the one creating those laws in the first place. Section 3. Why this is a big deal. So why does this matter so much? Because this changes the balance of power. If a law is passed that you believe is unconstitutional, your ability to challenge it is now restricted. You can still go after smaller entities, but the main authority behind the law becomes much harder to hold accountable. And that creates a serious problem. In any system, accountability is key. Without it, there's very little stopping bad laws from staying in place. And when people lose direct access to challenge those laws, it weakens one of the most important protections they have. Section 4. The intention behind it. Now, to be fair, supporters of this bill argue that it's meant to stop frivolous or excessive lawsuits against the state. And yes, that's a real concern in many cases. But here's where things get complicated, because laws like this don't just stop bad cases, they can also block legitimate ones. And the real risk comes when power shifts over time. What seems like a reasonable protection today can become a major limitation tomorrow depending on who's in charge. Section 5. Real-world impact. In real-world terms, this could have a chilling effect. People may be less likely to challenge laws. Even when they believe those laws are wrong, legal processes could become more complicated, more expensive, and more difficult to navigate. And in some cases, people might not have a clear path at all. That's where this becomes more than just a legal issue. It becomes a practical issue affecting real decisions, real cases, and real outcomes. Section 6. What happens next? Right now, there is still one final step. The governor can either sign the bill into law or veto it. If it's vetoed, there's still a possibility that lawmakers override that veto. So this situation is still developing. But one thing is clear, this is a critical moment. Section 7. Final thought. At the end of the day, this isn't just about one bill. It's about the bigger picture, the relationship between citizens and the government, and more importantly, the ability to challenge authority when necessary. Because once that ability starts getting limited, it sets a precedent, and precedents have a way of spreading. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think this bill is justified, or is this going too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.